Hello, everybody. We are here today to give you an update on New World. I am joined by Scott and Dave. And behind the camera is the puppet master, Mr. Levin, who did an amazing job on the last video. Thank you. And Chuck. Today, I know there's big expectations for us to come out with a roadmap. In full disclosure, we are going to give you some information on what's coming, but it's not going to be the full 2024 roadmap. For what it's worth, 2024 is a big year. We have massive expectations for the year and a lot we're working on. The thing is, we're going to wait a few months to give you a lot of that details because quite frankly, we announced the full roadmap last year for 2023, and we missed a lot of stuff near the end because the longer term prediction it's hard, especially when you're adding big chunks of work. So our plan today is to give you a lot of information on what's coming between now and May. And then in May, we're going to do another one of these, and we're committing right now to telling you everything that you're going to get for the rest of the year. And like I said, we have a lot planned this year, so we're pretty excited about it.
Big announcements.
Huge. But with that, let's dive into what's coming up in the short term. So this first one we've talked about a fair amount already, so I'll go pretty quickly on it. It's cross-world expeditions with Improved Group Finder. I think this is going to change the game. I think just finding groups faster is what we all want.
One click to get in, no linking gear, nothing. One click and I'm in. That's the goal here. Get you into the content quick and have fun.
And rewards for helping other people too is going to be huge.
Yeah, especially for the harder to find, I'm not saying tanks or healers are hard to find, but they'll get extra rewards if they deem it appropriate. We have 8 new artifacts coming out. You guys have a favorite?
You go first.
Okay. My favorite's going to be, I think it's called Tempest Fury, and it's the Great Axe where you just get to keep spinning and spinning and spinning in your whirlwind, and it's going to be awesome.
I like that, and it's important to note it's the second Great Axe we've had. So a couple weapons we're doing a second version of, but we're doing a different gameplay element, versus Abyss. My favorite is actually a pair of gauntlets, where as you use them, you get these stacks that make your heavy attacks more powerful. So it sort of changes the game. It's very good for people that do lots of heavy attacks.
You get that momentum going.
Yeah, and it can be used if you're a fireball guy with those heavy, or bow, lots of opportunities.
That's cool. I was thinking melee for some reason.
Yeah, no, but it affects all heavy attacks.
All right, we have another one of our season trials coming out. This one is a 10-person one. It's the Winter Rune Forge, and we actually, we played it today.
Yeah.
And it's pretty cool. It's hard. I'd say it's difficult right now. We'll see if it eases up a little bit by the time we ship, but it's pretty exciting.
Yeah, I think what I like about these pieces of content is it's 10-person. They don't take super long, right? The goal of these is that you can get in and out in sort of 10 to 15 minutes once you learn the mechanics. And I think especially the final fight in this, we literally just played a review of it today. It's very mechanic rich, lots of things for everyone to do, important coordination. I think it's just a fun trial.
And it's nice, as these get further into the release, people can start pugging them and it becomes more doable. And it's another fun on-demand moment.
And I think, this is the second time we've done a seasonal trial. And I think with the hatchery, I think it was super fun content, but the rewards, let's just say we're lacking.
They weren't worth the time you had to put in to get them.
So we learned that, and we're really pushing the rewards. I think, one of the things we'll do is we used to have a reward for the first 7 times you did it a week. That number is going to come down a lot, into the 1 to 3 range, so we can really punch up the rewards. So it should be cool.
We have some seasonal events coming. You want to walk us through those, Dave?
Yeah, we have a couple returning ones and some new ones. So Legacy of Crassus will be coming back. We have a brand new one called Year of Dragon that I think will be great. And then some other returning favorites, Rabbit's Revenge, and Springtide Bloom. Obviously with these, the game has changed, so the reward schemes and all these will change. So those are some of the cool events coming up.
Yeah, and we're going to do a Forged in Eternum episode, I believe, Mr. Levin, on Year of the Dragon, coming up very soon. He gave the thumbs up, so that's a yes. I can't get him on camera again, but we'll keep trying. Of course, there's going to be more seasons passes and rewards for every season. The MSQ is going to be finished, and this was one of those that I mentioned earlier that we were hoping to have done in 23, but it's going to move into the first part of 24. it's something we're like really excited about, and I think it's going to be. It's a different experience now leveling than it was 2 years ago when we launched.
Are you re-rolling a new character to play the whole experience through?
At least one, yeah. Yeah, at least one, yeah. And there's another feature coming out that we haven't talked about yet, which is full gamepad support. We're pretty excited about that, and whoever saw the gamepad up there, one of these episodes, was not totally wrong. But I think it's feeling really good. With the gamepad support, it's going to come some other changes to the game. You want to talk about those?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think the idea here is we want to natively support the controller. I think this will be our version 1. We will continue to improve like the experience, but for version 1, like we're really focused on the gameplay elements, and I think it's playing super well. We have things like lock-on now, which will completely change the way the game plays. We have various assists to make it easier to hit with projectiles and aim on controller. I think it feels good. Some different mappings depending on whether you're range, melee, or how you like to play.
Also, we're doing not just in-game like gameplay support, but we're also doing UI support to make it the UI operate and feel better with it. And I think that's come a long way already.
Yep.
And that's something we'll be looking for a lot of feedback from all the players on, like, how does the controller feel? How can we make it better? Where should we push it? What should we do? Some other stuff we're focusing on, probably the whole year, but I want to like for the first part for sure, performance improvements. We've seen a lot of feedback on performance, and we have a pretty massive efforts going on. So I think you'll see improvements in the first part of the year and more as the year goes on.
Yeah, we've been doing a lot of work in that regard, and it's going to be ongoing. But like a lot of the initial stuff is targeted to come out with season, with that season coming out.
With season 5?
Yeah.
You're going to see some more combat balance improvements. We're hearing a lot of the feedback. Just remember, like, if we hear it, it doesn't mean like we and all the players agree with it. So a lot of times we'll see like, hey, the fire staff is way too weak. And then the next one will say, hey, it's way overpowered. I know.
Okay, we haven't heard that in a long time.
Yeah, but as an example, I was trying to be very extreme.
Yeah.
But you often we see conflicting reports on stuff, so we have to rely on the telemetry in many cases to look at it and say what people are using, what's their success rate, and this and that helps drive the changes. But we do hear it all. And then we're, 2 other big efforts for 2024, goals for the year, are bug fixing. Like, we know that we have a lot of bugs in the game still. I think we've done a pretty good job of improving it, but not anything that we're totally happy with yet. So we're going to continue to make that a huge focus, and we're probably even bigger than it's been. So our goal is to push that curve angle way down. And then more quality of life stuff. And some of that just comes naturally with the controller. Adding the controller, we want to make sure it's easier to move around and play the game. So you're going to see a lot more of that coming.
Salvage all. Ooh, I love that feature. Season 4 feature.
But I think the takeaway we want you to have is come back in May to this video, because we're going to make we're going to have a lot to talk about in May. And I wish I could spill the beans now, but I'd get in trouble, so I can't. But we're really, really excited about it, and it's huge. At this point, we're going to say, hey, everyone, put your questions here in the comments, because tomorrow, being the day after we air this, we're going to be filming the community Q&A. Anything else either of you want to add? See our shirts, how festive we are?
Happy holidays.
Happy holidays.
They're very cozy and warm.
I think that's it.
That's it.
I hope you all have a fantastic holiday. Stay warm, stay healthy, and we will see you all in eternum.